first came to US in 6th grade, uh, it was the first day of school in a country where I barely knew English. But thankfully, I was approached by another 6th grader who had a very friendly atmosphere. He came up to me and said, "Where are you from?" So I replied, "Korea." My answer did not seem to satisfy him, so he asked again, "North or south?" Without hesitation, I replied, "South." With no other questions, he left. He didn't even ask my name. So I figured, since I'm not that interesting, I better talk about where I came from. When people think about Asia, they only have one image. To that boy, I was that image. This has struck me. Where I am from and who I am is much more. Like you, I have a culture that is unique. First, I want to share with you what I want to share with that 6th grader. There are many different countries in Asia, but I want to focus on just 3 countries: China, Japan, and Korea. You may think that these are all the same, but they're different. As a matter of fact, each are quite proud of their nations and national identity. Each has something to teach us all. One difference between those countries is how we eat. Chinese foods are mostly fried in oil, fried rice. So people use longer chopsticks than other Asian countries because they don't want any oils on their hands. In Korea back then, meat was rare, and there were many people to feed. So people would make soups out of it to feed people with a scarce amount of food. Korea is the only country among the 3 that eats rice with spoons. For Japan, sticky rice was rare, so they mixed sticky rice with other types of rice. Since the rice is not sticky, it was hard for them to pick with their chopsticks. So they preferred shorter chopsticks and ate with the bowl close to their mouths. The second difference is their geography. What I mean by that is that China is a huge country. Even though they were divided multiple times by smaller countries, they managed to stay firmly together. So that made China value peace and the idea of being one. More like it is being one to preserve peace. We can see their confidence in their country name. The naming characters literally mean middle country. It basically means they're in the center of the world. And for Japan, it is a country of islands. The only way for them to collapse is from fighting each other. They believe that lands and the people are the soon-to-be properties, so they did not harm them. That is why in Japan they have a very calm, peaceful, and delicate culture, and not barbarous and manly culture. Because of the fact that their only way to collapse is by themselves, they're extremely careful how they treat each other. If you have ever been to Japan, the people are Buddhists. They're unbelievably nice. The only bad words they have are die and idiot. Do you get mad when someone says idiot or die? Well, maybe, but not as much as other words in English, for sure. The point is that they do not have insulting words. So when you ask me how to say bad words in Korean, I can say them, but if you ask Yuri how to say bad words in Japanese, you're going to have a pretty interesting conversation. Korea is a peninsula which is surrounded by water on 3 sides like the Indian peninsula. When you do look at it, you will probably notice how small it is. Some maps don't even put labels for it. Korean history is full of wars because the geography makes Korea vulnerable to attacks from all sides. Attacks from China, Japan, Mongols. It's horrible. I want to share what I've learned about the United States. When I came to the United States, I did not know much about sports, like football. And I hear a bunch of names like Aaron Rodgers from Charles Kosher. And I hate when he compares Aaron Rodgers with Phil Rivers. But the experience of being here has given me a broad perspective of the world and the different cultures that exist here in this country. Since I came, I learned about football and now I'm a San Diego Chargers fan. I learned that here, respect for teacher means to be a friend. This is very different in Korea, where a teacher is to be feared. I heard your story, and it helped me see a bigger picture and gave me a chance to experience something new. But we have a story too, a story that we bring here to Salisbury. Because teaching each other is learning from each other, and that is what brotherhood means. You may wonder why we like to play video games. Like I said, Korea was always invaded. People in Korea has lived under fear for years because they could be attacked at any time, anywhere. So we would shut our doors and stay indoors and find something to do indoors. I'm sure there are other reasons. You probably heard a little about the education in Asia countries, not only Korea. Kids even younger than us spend their whole day studying when they should be playing tags. It's really horrible. Koreans believe in originality. To compare, the European countries have so many things similar because from battles and trades, they shared the culture and took in the culture that was seen as better than the one before. But in Korea, they realized that if they continue to trade with countries and share cultures, their cultures will be consumed. Maybe this is why I feel this need to share this with you. I can tell the difference between who is from where. When I saw Yuri, I thought, he is so Japanese. Also when I saw Chun, I thought he is definitely Chinese. And I'm sure it is the same for Yuri and Chun. When they first saw me, they were probably thinking, oh my god, that guy is so Korean. It is not that we hate each other or anything. I love China and Japan. I am a good friend with Chun. At least I think I am. But it's just that we are proud of where we are from and hate to see people thinking of us as someone who we are not. So this is why I cringe when the SATs ask me to bubble in the Asian category in the ethnicity session. These three countries are so different in so many ways, but there is one significant similarity. It is that we have the pride of being what we are. The Chinese have the pride of being the largest country in Asia. The Korea has the pride of maintaining that tiny land and surviving over 4,000 years. And Japan has the pride of never being conquered by anyone. As a student from China, Japan, and for me, Korea, we're proud of where we're from. We want to share this with you because we are your brothers and we want to share this. We also want to learn from you. We come here from many different places all over the world. Salisbury gives us the opportunity to learn from each other. So next time you're curious, just ask. We want to share with you. So if you want to know about North and South Korea, I would like to share this with you. But please, when we meet, start with my name.